You must have heard the phrase a dog leg. It means something a bit like a boomerang, a zigzag shape, because the hind leg of a dog really does look like that. It's not the knee going the wrong way, it's actually the heel halfway up the leg. And other animals have it too, even more pronounced than the dog. The sheep certainly does, and so does the goat. It's very obvious in a horse or donkey, and it's probably most pronounced in the giraffe, where the heel is actually about a metre up the hind leg, and very distinctive it is too. In fact, these legs are so distinctive that even with a pencil and drawing little lion animals, you can make them quite recognisable just by getting the legs right. Well, we're not going to draw stick animals, we're going to make one. And the simplest way I know of making stick animals is with string. Especially this nice white string, the sort of good string that seems always too good to use for anything. But if you take off about 30 centimetres, it doesn't really matter when you're starting, you'll soon find what you need. You'll find that the string has a twist. It's naturally curled in one direction. Well, you keep that twist going, and you need a third hand for that, and that is your mouth. By twisting and then holding it between your teeth or your lips, you can get another purchase and twist again. And by doing that, you can twist it up about, I suppose, about 20 times. You'll soon find that after a while, it wants to double up on itself, and it's very hard to twist without it kinking. Well, at that point, let's say 20 twists, you then use your third hand in the middle, hold the ends together, and then let go with the lips, like this. And you find that if you've done it properly, the string will immediately curl up on itself and make something that looks a little bit like thin rope. And you take the two loose ends and you simply tie them in a knot like that. Well, of course, I didn't twist that enough, but you can soon see, if you do it right, that what you have there is the basis of an animal. The double twist here is the backbone, and up here you've got a head with either two feelers or ears or horns coming out of it. Let me now transfer to one that really was twisted enough. Here it is. I did it a little bit before. Notice that the backbone is a lot tighter. Well, I'm going to swap here to tweezers, not because you have to use them, but if I use my fingers, you won't see what I'm doing. Let's now move about a third of the way down the backbone, take one of those pieces of string on one side, the other on the other side, and pull them apart. Here they come, little loops of string. But because there's an ingrown twist, if I let that loop go, it'll twirl round. If I let the other one go, it too will twirl round. If I straighten the whole thing out, you can see what's happened. Those loops have become forelegs. Let's tighten them up a bit. Well, now we've got an animal with two arms, a backbone and a tail. So if we now work about there, we can pull those two apart. Once again, let the loops twist up. And once we straighten out this extraordinary tangle, I think you can see we have the basis of an animal. There we are. There's the head with two ears. We've got the two forelegs there. Working down the back, we've got two legs and a tail. Somewhat chunky and distorted, but I think you can see that's the basis of the animal like that. Well, now I start to tease it. I might have to tweak some legs a bit longer, and I certainly have to bend them to get the dog legs in them, or the knees, or the feet, or whatever I want. But you find that the dry string is a bit hard to work with. So put that to one side and give yourself a bit of a hand. By taking a small container, putting in a little bit of water like that, and a touch of this white PVA glue, just squished it in, not very much, you can make yourself a rather runny, gluey solution. And that's terrific, because you then dunk the animal into that before you work it any further. See, by dunking it in there, it soaks into the string, and it has two effects. The first is to make the string much softer to work with. I can twist it round and it won't spring back on itself. But as it dries, all of that will actually set like starch and keep the animal in shape. Well, I could twist that forever and probably make something like a little rabbit. But I can show you the finished article over here. In fact, over here, I've got my Australian scene. I've got a goanna, and it's staring at a kangaroo. And over here is a bloke reaching up to pat the head of, rather incongruously in Australia, a giraffe.